is my crush. I will not judge.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode of the Ant Money Experience. I am the host, King Ant Money. Don't forget the sir at the beginning, and glad to have y'all here one more again. If you are watching right now, you are starting with the unofficial start of the weekend with yours truly. And like that video, we are on the 5th week of the government shutdown. If it continues and I slide you that note and you happen to be at a store, don't say shit. Don't be a hero. Heroes ain't nothing but a sandwich. But if you are here right now, you are watching on the biggest, most baddest motherfucker in the game, the biggest exclusive network. If you got a podcast idea, if your podcast needs a home, make sure you come through, join the winning team. Bunch of shows coming up. Working through some transgressions right now so we can make sure we're delivering the best quality content for you. But don't worry, we coming. My glasses look foggy as shit, or am I tripping? Probably just the light. But also, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the network so you can catch all the exclusivities on the Big Exclusive Network. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Now, if you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience, ladies, throw them titties in the inbox. Working on my accent. Trump on me. Also, if you would like your business initiative plates you selling on Sundays, long as they ain't trash and mixtape spotlighted on the Ant Money Experience, make sure you DM me so you could be a part of my spotlight segment of the show. Before we go any further, I also want to send a happy birthday shout out to my cousin sister Beans. Love you. Hope you out there enjoying your day. Getting into some nonsense. If you ain't did it today, I know you're gonna start tomorrow. Also, I want to send prayers out to my home girl, white girl Nick, viewer of the show. She lost a close member of her family. I want to say prayers out to her, prayers out to Kills, prayers out to Lisa. My prayers are with the gang. Now, without further ado, let's jump into the If It Bleeds, It Leads. Now, producer, my first topic, please.
Stopped in my house, she gave me CPR, down low, player, not in my mouth. Play your part for the 9 come out. You got potential, you'll be nice around the time shine come out. If I choose this style, still use this style.
Rest in peace, shout out to Poster Boy. Childhood memory for me. He was the first Freestyle Friday champion on 106 in Park. Unfortunately, he transitioned earlier this week. And I mean, Poster Boy, I just remember him having bars. I mean, as you can see, that was Hell Rel that he battled on that video that I just posted. Man, shout out to his family, prayers out to them. I know he battled cancer for some years, but definitely a part of a childhood memory for me. Now, producer, my next topic, please. Justice served. Former Illinois Sheriff's deputy found guilty in fatal shooting of Sonia Massey. First of all, Sonia Massey, rest in peace. Sonia Massey was, if you are unfamiliar with this incident, Sonia Massey is an individual that A phone call was made, and it was basically a mental health check. I think a family member wanted somebody to go over and check on her because they were concerned for her. When police arrived, you could clearly hear in the video from the body cam footage the way she was talking that there were some mental issues going on. She was boiling water, and this piece of shit officer decided to pull his gun and fired at her. I don't care if she had boiling water and poured it on him. She only had one good splash of water she could have poured. That was not worth her life. That was not deadly force that she was using on that individual. And he was just a piece of shit in general. But as a country, we have to do better dealing with people with mental illness because the way we go about it right now absolutely sucks. And to that police officer, sheriffs, currently an inmate, I just want to say you're a crumb bum.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. But you don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
But Sonia Massey, rest in peace, and glad that justice was served on that one because we know it ain't always served properly. With that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Now, prayers out to Jamaica. Currently got hit with Hurricane Melissa. Hurricane Melissa, what up though? Hurricane Melissa came through with a force apparently that was harder than Hurricane Katrina, if you remember a few years ago. But prayers out to the people affected. I know there are a bunch of tourists that are, I believe they said 25,000 that are stranded in Jamaica right now. I just want to say prayers out to everybody. If you can, those are our people. Make sure that you donate or you help in any kind of capacity that you can. Also, while we on the subject, I noticed that there was a lot of people making jokes about SNAP and EBT benefits. First of all, if you are familiar with food stamps, there is nothing you can do but buy food with them. So this notion that people are buying drugs for food stamps or with their food stamps is dumb. Also, I don't think that people should make as many jokes about this situation that they're making because I don't know one person that has not benefited from some kind of government incentive or handout, whatever you want to call it. I mean, food stamps, even these multi-million and billion-dollar companies give government bailouts, government and this incentives. Um, you can be a step away from being in a bad spot. So I would tread lightly with the jokes. As y'all can see, my co-host Joy over here, she just rude. But I think people need to relax with the jokes about the SNAP benefits because if nothing else, the pandemic should have showed you you too could be in a spot where you need assistance. I would tread lightly. With that being said, producer, one of my favorite topics of the week. My next topic, please. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at right there is my Halloween costume. Now, the boots and the belt, shout out to my guy, Keith Young, aka Young Dodge City. He is on the edits for the arena, the ring, the belt, and the boots. But that is my Halloween costume. Stone Cold Steve Austin, or as Big Exclusive just called me Stone Cold Ant Rockmore. Now, also the thing that is Ant 316. Now, I wore that confidently and I went out. The thing that was funny is I'm Stone Cold. My friend Naima, shout out to Na, hosted a Halloween party last Saturday. And she said I look like the old head from off of Waiting to Exile that threw the orange and called the shorty a raggedy bitch. She killed the shit out of me. And when I tell you my inbox was on fire with people just sending, like reposting a video of me side by side with him, laughing at it. When I tell you that shit was hilarious, because I absolutely did not see that, but I couldn't unsee it like everybody else wants that happen. But I'm gonna rerun it tomorrow night on Halloween as well. So if you got a Halloween party in the DMV area, let a brother know. With that being said, producer, my next topic, please. Ladies and gentlemen, what you are looking at here is Northwest, the oldest daughter of Kanye West and Kim Kardashian. Now, the caption reads Kim Kardashian is getting backlash for her daughter's new appearance. Many are saying Kanye was right. You could take that down, producer. Now, a couple years ago, Kanye West had made a post, and it was during the midst of one of his rants where, oh, we got to look at it. We got some Halloween exclusives. But Kanye West had mentioned that he didn't want his daughter on social media. He had a valid explanation on why he didn't want it, and he felt that it was his mother, I mean, his child's mother, basically kind of pimping her out the way, for lack of better words, her mother did her. And I was completely on his side from the beginning. Now, I mean, even a broken clock is right once a day. He was absolutely right. And yeah, out of all his incoherent rants, he was right about this one. Absolutely. And you can see the stuff that she's exhibiting right now. This isn't the only time I've seen her exhibit actions that me also as a father of a young lady would not have wanted my daughter doing. I remember I saw one day that she had a crop top on, and I'm like, she's still a child. I don't even think she's a teenager yet. I believe she's like 12. So I just want to say, Kanye, you was right on that one, because this is absolutely ridiculous. I remember when I first came across this post, an individual in the comments said, well, she's acting like her father. And I thought that was a ridiculous statement because her father's a grown man. So even if she was acting like her father, it's still inappropriate. And for the person that made that comment, and for Kim Kardashian, I just want to say to both y'all, producer, drop it.
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut.
I'm not going to tell y'all how much fun I had with that particular clip. But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please.
I, Roberta McCoy, given faith and stand in unity with the vision of perfecting church of sowing this seed of $1,000 plus $235 and receiving the blessings to come to all that participated.
Now that's only $1,200.
Yes.
Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000,
Okay. Well, I'm gonna work on the other 800.
well, that ain't what I asked you to do.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what you are watching there is a video from Pastor Marvin Winans from the Winans family. And I don't remember if they had a fundraiser or what, but I guess he asked for a donation. Now, I don't know what the donation was for. Absolutely don't care. I just want to say that was an absolutely disgusting display. I think that this is exactly why people are leaving church en masse. And masses, I believe that's what it was supposed to say. And I believe that there was an absolutely disgusting display because, I mean, money is tight for everybody right now. I don't know one person that's super duper up. I won't say the person's name that I was about to say, but I think that if she was giving this money, I mean, it was coming from a good place. And she gave a donation and gave a little bit extra. And you telling her to do more? I don't even need more context for that particular situation. I just hate to see displays like this. And as a Christian, I have my own gripes with the church right now. It has nothing to do with church. It's more of a personal issue. But that type of stuff drives a person not to want to go. And I just want to say to you, Mr. Marvin Winans, producer, drop it.
Man, sit your dumb ass down and shut.
Now, before we jump into one of my favorite segments of If It Bleeds, It Leads, I want to, y'all know I like to do my little sports, my sports recap of the week. If you are a baseball fan, the World Series is currently 3-2. The Toronto Blue Jays up 3 games to 2 games from the Los Angeles Dodgers. There was a game on Monday that did not end until 2 a.m. When I tell you, I fell asleep watching Monday Night Football and I woke up. I thought that I was watching the recaps on Sports Center. No, I was actually at game still in progress. This has been a great World Series indeed. And I'm not super into baseball anymore, but when I tell you the way that this series is going, I thought that LA was going to walk away with it. It has not been the case, but definitely a good one. I think it's going to be a game 7 type of World Series, and I'm here for it. Also, shout out to the Philadelphia 76ers that are currently sitting at, I believe, it's either 3-0 or 4-0. Shout out to VJ. This rookie is definitely carrying it for this squad right now. Right now, him and Maxey are balling out of control. I don't want Paul George to come back. I'm going to say Embiid, do whatever you need to do, bro. Honestly, y'all both can leave. You and Paul George. Because I'm sick of the bullshit with both of y'all with the injuries. But shout out to the Sixers. Shout out to my Patriots, #1 in our division. Also, #2 in the AFC in general. It's always going to be fuck the Eagles. But also, we got some great games coming up this week. I forget who's playing tonight, but shout out to that. Now, y'all know how I like to do. Producer, drop my funny video of the week.
Trying to leave the street life behind.
She wanted to set a good example for her daughter.
She'd already enrolled in college.
She was trying to become a nurse.
She really set her sights on a new life.
But she would never get the chance.
There was smoke coming out of the house.
There apparently had been food burning on the stove.
There was a trail of blood that led to her body.
She was shot twice in her face.
Had her life on the streets finally caught up to her?
A lot of young people don't understand what comes with that lifestyle.
Most of the homicides that I covered were related to drugs.
I cannot tell you how many times I watched that particular clip. I fucking cried. Now, I believe the voiceover might have been from the first 48 or one of those homicide crime type of shows. When I tell you the way that young lady rolled that video out was extremely hilarious. And I'm not sure who it was because I caught it on one of those threads where it's like a bunch of reels together on Instagram, but I absolutely cried. Shout out to that young lady. Oh, Shay, good looking for that. Ravens, Dolphins. I don't know how I feel about that game. Go Ravens because the Dolphins are in our division. Not that they're a threat, but I like to see them get beat up either way. With that being said, let's jump into that lounge talk. Now, for the lounge talk, I decided to skip the wine cooler topic for this evening. I figured it was going to be a light turnout. A lot of Halloween festivities going on. If you didn't peep the Nightmare Before Christmas shirt, one of my all-time favorite animations. Also, I am a huge Tim Burton fan. But This past weekend, we had the Cash Money versus No Limit versus. Definitely a great one. Before I jump into my opinion on the topic, producer, drop my next video, please. Shout out to No Limit. I was definitely a No Limit soldier as a child. I also would take the aluminum foil, throw it on my teeth so it made it look like I had a grill, like I was a Cash Money billionaire. I want to say the way No Limit walked down on Cash Money was absolutely insane. Now, there was a lot of talks beforehand about who was going to win, and Cash Money, I thought it had a slight edge because Cash Money definitely has more commercial hits that I think the crowd would have reacted to. But I absolutely did not think that No Limit was going to walk down the way they did. Shout out to Master P. You know, Master P and Baby have a long standing issue because, I mean, like people from any big city, certain sides don't like each other. They have also had people on each other's sides that have passed away because of others close to them. So there was a lot of politics that did not allow them to be able to collaborate, which if Cash Money and No Limit would have been able to collaborate back in the day, I can't imagine how epic that would have been. Baby was drunk. I found out Baby was drunk. I seen videos of him on the side taking shots, and he's taking shots off camera. On camera, he's drinking champagne. If you ever, what up, Tay Boogie? You know what? Before I continue giving my opinion on the topic, I want to know what y'all got to say about that. Gotta put my soldier rag on because if y'all think I came here to play with y'all, god damn it, I'm not. Now, I didn't realize that on Hootie Hoo was one of my favorite true songs. Shout out to No Limit. But I didn't realize the beginning of that verse was a diss. If you remember, Master P said 4 or 5 Hummers, purple jag for the summer. That's just sitting on 20s, but I ain't no motherfucking stunner. I did not realize that was a diss to Baby. And they had a moment during the verses that was really epic to me. Cause Baby got on the mic and was like, I started that stunner stuff uptown. That I started that. And Master P said, I might not have started that stunner stuff, but you know what I brought to uptown? I'm bout it. I said that was insane. And honestly, I would have really liked to see some records that would have went back and forth, but obviously both sides chose the bigger route, which I'm not the person that's ever choosing to be the bigger person, pause. But it was a lot of things that was dope about that because for one, like I said, they had a long standing beef. There was no incidents that transpired from that. You could see where Master P, I believe, when he sung Mr. Ice Cream Man, you could see Juvenile on the side. And shout out to Juvenile. You could see Juvenile on the side, and he rapping the words because you had to be a fan of the other side at some point. Then you could see Juvie held it down for No Limit. I know that Juvie had bangers, but I didn't know how many songs they was going to throw into the mix. They said that well, no, also Mia X did her thing. I forgot how many songs Mia X was also on outside of her songs. Cash Money don't get me wrong. They did their best effort without Lil Wayne. I think if Lil Wayne was there, that might have gave him an extra couple points. But I think that I think that Lil Wayne not being there kind of took them down a couple notches. And also, I think that Mystical and C Murder not being able to be there also because, I mean, C Murder, if C Murder was there for them, for my niggas, that would have been a different kind of performance. I'm actually a little surprised because from what I understand, C Murder actually has a podcast that should be premiering pretty soon. So I'm surprised they didn't have him record. I think that would have been epic if they could have had him record his part of that song and post it. Mystical, I understand why he's not there, and I'm okay with C Murder. Mystical is damn near canceled in my mind, but Mystical, if he was able to perform a couple of his songs, that would have been, I mean, one or two of his songs, or even his part on Make Him Say, that would have been a different performance. But I just want to say, you want to know who truly won? The fans. I definitely enjoyed it. It was dope. I watched the first half of it on Saturday when I was on my way to the Halloween party that I went to. On Sunday morning, I went back on YouTube and watched the entire performance. And I just could not believe the way No Limit just walked down on them. It was bad. There was a lot of people that were trying to give, you know what? It was short. I would have definitely liked that to go 20 songs because 20 songs might have been a little different, but I absolutely enjoyed it. That was the best way that I think Versus could be reintroduced. If you remember, Versus came about during the pandemic when we were in the house. They started off just on Zoom, one side playing their songs, the other side playing their songs. Then it got introduced to where we had venues where people were doing performances. But it was an absolute dope experience for hip hop. I can't wait to see the next one. Shout out to my bro Lace because he is the only person that I know from the rip said No Limit gonna walk down on him. And I was like, you think it's gonna be bad? He was like, it's gonna be bad. It's not even gonna be close. And I'm like, damn. He was like, no, Tay Boogie says, Burbeck, major memories though, like outside. It definitely did. It definitely did. But that's what I wanted. I just wanted to recap the No Limit verses. I thought that was too big of a topic to try to do, and if it bleeds, it leads. And also y'all be kind of scared to have y'all comments when y'all be watching the playback because I'll be saying y'all be watching the playback. Don't be shy. Leave a comment on the topics as you watch in real time. But I want to appreciate y'all for coming through this evening. Shout out to Shay. Shout out to the comedian Tay Boogie. Shout out to my producer always. And shout out to you if you're watching on the watch back. But y'all know how I like to end the Ant Money experience every week. Live every week. Live every week. You know what? I looked down at the little skeleton right there and it threw me off. Live every day like it's your last, but make sure you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night and be safe on Halloween.
Everybody out my house, but it's Crip style. Watch how I get about my house, y'all. Get out. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck. Get the fuck. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Nigga, Get the fuck up my house, nigga. Huh? What?